Great. Well, thanks so much for having us here. It's really it's a great thing that you're doing with Sierra Club to provide these ways for people to connect with the environment, with each other, and just find ways that we can take action from home. So I'll introduce myself. We can introduce ourselves and describe the activity that we'll do today and some of the resources. And then, Cassie, if you have questions, just feel free to ask. But my name's Megan Severson. I'm the state director for Wisconsin Environment. We're a state-based, member-based environmental advocacy group. Um, we're also part of a federation of 29 other state-based groups that make up Environment America. We work for clean air, clean water, open spaces, and try to provide resources for the public to help make their voices heard. And this is my stepdaughter, Grace. Grace is in fifth grade at Kennedy Elementary in Madison, and doing a lot of virtual learning right now. So in our household, this is a few weeks ago now, but we were trying to think about as we knew that school closures were about to happen, just recognizing that a lot of kids are going to, are home, learning from home, maybe bored at home, or just needing some more ideas of things to do, to either fill the time or even more importantly, I think right now, just connect with nature. And whether you're a kid or you're an adult, I think in these challenging times, finding more ways to connect with nature, to find comfort and solace, even if it's just looking at a bird out of your window. There are ways that we can, do some of these things that can provide comfort in a really uncertain time. So that was the idea behind a blog that I wrote, 50 environmental activities that kids can do at home. And Grace and her brother Theo gave a lot of great input. I also was fortunate to get ideas from other colleagues around the country. So the list is broken up into different categories for ways that kids can think about the environment and conservation. So there's climate change, ways to reduce waste. What are other categories? Animals, plants, and then other ways to like just make a healthier home and community. So there are some things in there that I didn't think of, like my colleague in Florida suggested a virtual dive of the Florida Keys. So there's some neat things in there, and while a couple of them include going out to like a neighborhood or in a park, I think the most important thing people first do is to make sure they're following their local state CDC guidelines, right, and being safe, and doing all of that first. But most of these activities can be done from home. They're also cost effective. Like it's things you should be able to do with resources you have in the house already. So one of our favorite activities, I think one of the first ones we did, was to make a reusable bag out of a t-shirt. Grace, do you want to show a ready-made t-shirt or a bag that we've made? So you can hold it up. See the screen there. So this is a cool project because all you need to do it is an old t-shirt that you don't want to wear anymore and a pair of scissors. So you don't have to sew, you don't have to do anything else. So before we get started, we could, do an example of the project, but we could pause and see if there are questions or other things you want us to mention. Elizabeth, where can I find the blog? Great question. I will share you on the link right here. So we have turned the blog into a resource page on our website called Nifty 50. And I'll just put it in the comments here. There you go. And then this is also part of a campaign we started, or just, to kind of recognize this is there are not just kids that want to do activities. So we started a campaign called Greener Together, I'll share that link too, but that has a bunch of other resources. So, suggested environmental movies, resources for how to do birding. There's a scavenger hunt and bingo and book club ideas, all kinds of stuff. So, should we start describing how to do this project?
Sure.
Okay. So we have an old T-shirt, thanks to Organic Valley. I'm gonna get rid of this old T-shirt here. Um, do you want to describe how to do it?
Sure.
And then I can start with the cutting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Take it away, Grace.
So what you do first is you cut the neckline of the shirt deep into a big U.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll do that.
And while Megan is cutting and demoing, Grace, I'm wondering what other activities on the kind of list of 50 activities that Megan mentioned that you like doing, or some of your other favorites. I know this is your favorite one, but.
We did some planting, and we did this like challenge. Me and my brother went on a bike ride and we went on a short bike ride to see who could pick up the most pieces of trash. And it was actually kind of surprising how many pieces of trash we could pick up in the 5 minutes that we had. But it was also like cool because sort of it's like a competition you can do with your family.
Do you want to grab the plants that you and Theo, the seedlings you planted 2 weeks ago?
This is so perfect. Our virtual chat that we had this past Wednesday was about gardening at home and seedlings.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so this is my brother's. He planted
green beans.
Yeah, green beans.
2 weeks ago.
And these are mine.
Marigolds. Theo was very happy with, look at how much big, just put them next to each other. So Theo was winning that race. Okay.
Sure, but it's only because of the plants I picked.
That's true. Okay, so should we share a little update of what I've done here now?
So after you cut the neck hole, you fold the shirt in half and you cut off the sleeves.
Okay. So now you have basically a tank top.
Yeah.
Like that. And then the next thing we do is you can use a piece of tape. It can make it easier, but you pick a line at the bottom of the T-shirt, and you're going to cut. You know how to do this exactly. YouTube stars here know how to do these instructional videos. We need like the above camera, but you're going to cut like a 2 to 3 inch kind of line here, sort of like you're making fringe all the way down the bottom of the shirt. So I'll start doing that. Do you want to talk about, I don't know, what's it like doing virtual school right now?
It's sort of nice because you get to like be at your own rate, but I'd much rather be in school with my friends, and it can be difficult sometimes because everybody's on the internet and then things sometimes tend to not work. Other than when you're in real school and you can like talk to the teachers. I also really miss my friends.
Can you, Don is asking, can you actually connect with or see your friends during class?
If we do Zoom meetings, which are held once or twice a week, usually, and I tend to FaceTime them a lot.
Are all the kids able to join? Or is it kind of like some of the class, but not everybody's on it?
Yeah, I think it's optional.
Yeah.
But it would be really nice if everybody did it.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the project you were working on for like the recyclables at the in the cafeteria?
Oh,
If you were able to actually be at school.
oh yeah. A lot of my friends and me, we were going to do something to help a sewer company. I don't really remember the actual name. It was a pretty long name, but we were doing stuff to like help get stuff out of the sewers that goes into our water, and we were also going to do a recycling project at our school where we would try to cut down the waste and either compost or recycle.
Because they use a lot of like plastic sporks and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Don asked, "Have you shared these activities with where? Oh,
With your friends so you can do them together. Yeah.
have you?
Not yet because I haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, your librarian shared the blog of activities with the Kennedy School Library page, and it was one of the resources of the day. And yeah, we found that there have been some interest from PTOs, from Girl Scout, Boy Scout leaders, right? People just looking for ideas. Some of these were things that it's also like just that some families do anyway. So like Grace's brother Theo is working on fixing some old bikes to give to some neighborhood kids. So learning how to fix things, doing some plantings, like you mentioned, Cassie. Yeah, these are some projects maybe families do anyway, right? They try to turn the lights off or save water or use reusable bags. But yeah, I think increasingly as they can't see each other in person, I don't know, you just end up kind of sharing ideas of what you're doing at home. Um, should we give an update on the t-shirt?
Oh, yeah. So after you cut the strips, well, like the shirt into little strips, you're gonna start at one of the ends and tie two of them together.
You see? Okay.
Just like not in an advanced knot, just the
Okay.
X and tuck one through.
Okay.
And then you just
keep doing that all the way down.
Yeah. Starting from one end, just two of them and repeat this step.
Okay. Try to do it quickly. How much time do we have, Cassie? Good.
You're doing fine. No rush.
Great. All right. So I'm going to finish these. Okay, now what?
So after you've tied them together, you want to go back through, and there's like, since you tied two of them together, there's going to be the spaces in between. So you pick, since they're like strips and there's two of them, you pick one of them and tie that to the one before it. That makes any sense?
Mm-hmm. Just kind of go back through. Tie it to make it secure on the bottom. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And right. Other questions? Nope. Do. This is when in the cooking show you fast forward and you have the finished product in the oven. We could definitely show if you want to show the other bags that we've made. There's a striped one.
We usually make them, well, like 2 to 3 inches, and you can use tape across to like measure it. And also, if you have a striped t-shirt, that's also helpful.
Mm-hmm. Right, because you know where to cut to on the stripe board.
Yeah, so we've made a polka dot one, a striped one.
Hold it up.
Yeah, where's the other end? Okay, a striped one. And my brother made a metal one.
A metal t-shirt. Okay, so we've done our knots at the all at the bottom. What's the last thing we do, Grace?
We inside it out. Well, because
Yes.
it's already inside it out.
Oh yeah. The last thing I also just want to reinforce the side knots. So just do a couple more there on the side. Do. Okay, do you want to do the honors?
Sure. And now we have another one.
Yay! So it should be pretty, it can hold your produce. It can hold veggies from the garden or toys, cleaning up around the house. What did you ask, Elizabeth?
She just said, "What a good use for my t-shirt."
It is a good use for old t-shirts. And it's something that you can just keep playing with and get better. And you can use long sleeve t-shirts. You could probably use a sweatshirt. But it is a fun project. Other favorites of mine besides the gardening, which is fun, the home energy audit, and just looking at ways that we either use energy in the house, use food in the house. So there's a couple activities on reorganizing your fridge to help cut down on food waste, how to make a compost bin. So I think those are interesting, especially since we are spending so much time at home. And as a result, of course, residential waste use is up quite a bit. Now is a really good, it's a good time to be just thinking about, well, what are we taking out to the curb, whether it's trash or it's recycling, and can we challenge ourselves as a household to kind of cut down on that? But I think at the end of the day, these are really just helpful ways to kind of connect either as a family, talk about making a difference for the planet, help, kill the time, but also just kind of think about how we can, work together to make a difference. Does that sound about right? Anything else you want to add? No. Okay.
And that is